Hello, everyone. I am Cartoon Kitsune, and welcome to another Toonkind D&D game. This one entitled "Her Butler Lending a Hand." As per usual, well, in addition to DMing, I am playing as the Mirror System and Angelique, and I will also be playing as her butler, Xavier Sterling. And with me today are my lovely, lovely players. If you'd all like to introduce yourselves and who you'll be playing as today.
Yippee! Oh, fuck, I'm at the top. I gotta go first.
Yippee.
I'm Launch, and I am reprising my role as all three of the servants, Archibald, Leah, and Ferris. And I get to hopefully do voices that differentiate all of them from each other.
Yeah. That's the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hello, I am Oatmeal, and I'll be playing the professor, as per usual.
Mm.
He's happy
It
to
already-
be lending a hand.
It already introduced themselves. So, hi, I'm Gabe or Barnaby, and I will be playing my wonderful boy, Trance, who is bringing along with him his service animal, Taiki, the dog.
Who's a very good girl. And we do have one more player who will be joining us a little bit later, but for now we're going to get things started. So, here's the situation. So, Angelique has her very first birthday coming up in a few days, which she's very excited for. But as is often the case here in Toonkind, shenanigans happen that kind of derail plans. And in this case, Xavier, who was putting up all the Halloween decorations around the manor, he ended up kind of overdoing it for once, and basically injured himself, kind of hurt his back, and he had to take like a day off to rest. And unfortunately, even after resting for a day, he's still not up to 100%, and that slowed him down a lot. So between just him and the three servants, they're kind of behind schedule, not really going to get everything done. But fortunately, the lady of the house had the bright idea to call in some of her friends to lend a hand to get all the preparations done. And that is why she has invited all of you over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think at the start of the day, she's kind of got everyone gathered in like the main foyer of the lobby of the manor, the lobby foyer, whatever you want to call it. And I actually have a little bit of art here of my girls. What are these? Yeah, because they are dressed for the occasion, because they are going to be helping out too. So yeah.
Oh, cute.
Aww.
Yeah, so Aurelia
Aw.
descends the stairs, dressed in kind of like an outfit sort of similar to what Xavier usually wears, but hers has a skirt instead.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
And
cute.
Angelique has a little miniature maid outfit for herself.
Yay!
I did also want to say that if the rest of the characters want, because they can just wear their normal clothes while they're working, but if they do want, there are a few spare uniforms if they want to dress the part, so to speak. I know the folks working in the kitchen are definitely getting aprons and whatnot. Eee.
Professor is probably just going to keep wearing what he's wearing. He's already not wearing a coat. He's in his shirt sleeves and a vest, which is
Makes
probably
sense.
good because he's going to be getting dirty gardening.
Yeah, he is going to be working in the garden with Ferris, which we'll get to in a sec. But yeah, so I think Aurelia gathers everybody and just kind of announces to the group like, well, thank you all once again for coming. So by now you should all have your assignments and know where you're all working at. The servants will sort of be leading each of the areas you'll be working in. So hopefully you'll be well organized enough. And as I mentioned before, you will be being paid a day's wages for this, of course. As much as I appreciate the help, I'd feel a bit bad if I was making y'all do this for free. And I'll just state here at the top of the game, just so we can get out of the way, that everyone participating will receive 10 GP.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yee.
Nice.
Nice little bit of cash for you.
That's a day's wage? Damn! Servant boy's having a good life!
Yeah. Hey, this is a nice place to work, and Aurelia is very rich, so she pays her servants well.
And that's why she keeps her servants.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anyways, I think before we separate everyone into their groups, because all the servants are lined up and Xavier's there as well. He's probably standing at his mistress's side. I want you guys to roll insight on him just for little funsies.
Fun times.
Alright, well that's a 10 for Professor.
I'm going to use my actual physical dice this time because Avray did me very dirty last game.
Yeah.
Like, really badly.
I've got too many.
I should probably roll deception for him as well, just to contest.
Yes. Ah, stickers.
Not great, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he's hurting.
All right.
Okay.
Did you want me to roll for my clowns
Oh,
as well?
absolutely. Yeah, I was gonna say you can roll for your lads. You don't have to do all three if you want, or you can. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have 3 different d20 here, so I rolled them. Ferris got a natural 1.
Oh no.
Leah got an 8, and Archie got a natural 20.
Nice.
Of course you did. Yeah, that fits, considering everything.
Okay, and Trance got a 21.
All right.
This is why we use actual dice.
Yeah, Launch, if you want, you can put the rolls you got in the roll zone.
Gotcha.
Oh, awesome. Our last player is going to be hopping in soon, so that's good.
Yay.
But yeah, so, to get that one in there, I'll tell you what you guys... Alright, so yeah, so Archibald and, Trance, you get this. So yeah, Xavier, like, you know, he's his usual stuff, like, you know, very prim and proper, very, you know, standing up straight and all that. And, like, so the majority of the room, he seems like, you know, his normal self, pretty unbothered by all this. But the two of you kind of notice that there's definitely, like, an underlining, like, undercurrent of frustration with him. Just from, like, having to call in all this extra help. Yeah. And Archibald, yeah, you definitely know that, like, yeah, you've probably, because you've been around Xavier for the past couple days, you know that he's, like, pretty peeved about just the whole situation in general. Like, the fact that he ended up, like, carelessly injuring himself and, like, delaying everything. Like, he's tried to, you know, keep it under wraps and all that, but you know he's, like, pretty annoyed that, like, you know, this happened.
Poor guy.
That's what happens with age, you know? You just can't do the same things you used to. And he's kind of gesturing with a candy cigarette, but he's definitely not trying to hide the little, like, smug smirk, because that fucking time, old man.
Yeah, Xavier's not even dignifying that with a response. Yeah, you can definitely tell he's bristling just a tiny bit at that.
Use how rude. All right.
Yeah, so I think we will split up into the groups for now, and we are going to start off with the crew that is going to the garden, which is Aurelia, Professor, and Ferris. So just to start us off before we get into any roleplay stuff, I have here some roles we can do for working the garden. So your options are to either do a nature check to basically tend to the flowers, you know, watering, pruning, that sort of thing. And I think you can also do a nature check for, because what I said Aurelia is going to be doing is she's basically working on, like, making little bouquets that are going to be centerpieces for the tables at the party. So she's basically, like, trimming thorns off and leaves off of the roses, that kind of thing. And there's also an athletics check you can do to basically pick the vegetables and fruits from the garden, box them up, and carry them back and forth between the garden and the kitchen. Yeah. Basically, just, like, you know, pick whatever you think your character would be best suited for. I'm going to do the nature check for Ari.
I will absolutely.
Actually, she may be more of a dex check for the bouquets, so I think I'll do that instead.
I will be doing an athletics, because Professor's nature is one of his lowest stats.
Yeah.
I will also be doing nature for Ferris, because a negative
damn,
one
she got a nat
modifier
20.
is great. Oh, good
Oh
girl.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Alright,
I got
well.
Ferris with a nice and even 12 for nature.
Hey, not bad.
Yeah.
Professor got a 28 for athletics.
Dang. He's just hefting those boxes.
Yep. Just effortlessly.
Jeez.
Yes, everyone's just kind of working and doing their thing, but
Mhm.
if we all want to talk to each other, then you can definitely do so to pass the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's so nice out here. It's nice and green. I hope you all like it. It's a different shade of green than it was back home, but it's really nice anyways to be out here.
Where are you from?
Oh, me?
Mm.
Well, I came from Toontown. Do you mean before that?
Oh, I suppose, if you're talking about the grass being a different color.
Yes, it was a much different colour there. Ah. I'm sorry, what were we talking about again?
Where were you from
he asked,
originally?
Yeah, right, that.
Oh, originally, not a good place. No, sir. Not a good place at all.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to
But
hear
it's
that.
alright, because then Mr. Xavier came and he took me, and it was alright.
Uh-huh. Have you been working with him for a long time?
Oh, yes, yes. I've been working with Mr. Xavier and Mr. Archie and Leah for, 1, 2, and you just see him, he's going on his fingers trying to count. A while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you and Xavier probably worked under, well, you mentioned a previous master a couple of times. You probably worked under him,
Oh,
right?
yes, Master Cyrus! Yes, I miss him sometimes. Not that working under you isn't good, mistress, but, sometimes it's just different.
Yeah. I think she just kind of smiles and, like, does, like, a placating gesture, like, no, it's okay. I mean, well, I know Xavier mentioned you worked for him for quite a few years, so, I mean, it's understandable that you'd miss him.
Yes, he was very nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, what was your name again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the professor.
Professor. So, you teach all sorts of things then, yes?
Essentially.
Wow. Could you, oh, could you teach me a bit more about reading sometime then? Yes, I try to learn a bit more with Archie and Leah and the Reginalds, but I don't think, the Reginalds, they were in Toontown. We worked, in a building with them, but I don't think they know how to read much.
I've heard of them.
Oh,
Yes,
you've met the Reginalds?
not met them, just heard of them through a friend of mine,
Wow,
Azumi.
they know so many people. Azumi. Never heard that name.
Well, I could teach you how to read. That would be, I'd love to help.
That would be mighty kind of you.
Sure, of course.
Yay. And while you're doing this and you're just like you're carrying things around, you see Ferris doing his darn best to pull out the weeds, and you notice there's definitely a few flowers coming up with them.
Oh. Oh, Archie, careful of the flowers.
Sorry, mistress. Let me put those guys back in there, and he's picking them up like by the petals, and it kind of gets a bit crushed, and they're not quite working as he wants to. I'll ask Archie if he has any more seeds for different flowers. There's so many new flowers here in Einquell.
Yeah.
Have
I
you?
think you've done a really good. Oh,
No, you go ahead.
sorry, she was gonna say. Okay. Yeah, I really love how the garden's been coming along. I mean, well, it's a shame that winter's coming up, but in spring we can plant all new ones too, so that'll be nice.
That's right. That's right, it is. We used to do that all the time back at the Ashby Manor. It was so fun, my favorite part of the year. And then I would find snails, and then Mr. Xavier wouldn't let me keep the snails. But it was so nice to see all the flowers.
Well, that sounds very pleasant.
It is. Or it was. It's different here, but it's still nice. Where are you from, Mr. Professor?
Oh, very far away.
You too?
Yeah,
Also,
meanwhile, Aurelia just being very quiet, going back to her arranging the flowers, not saying anything.
Also not a particularly nice place. It's called Falagrain. It's thankfully, a very long way from here.
I don't know where that is.
But that's all right. Most people from around here, well, most people don't.
Archibald might know. But I don't. I'm not the greatest with locations, no.
Oh, that's all right.
But I am very good at lifting things.
And Ferris will wait for a moment when Angelique is distracted, and he'll kind of gesture
Aurelia.
for the professor to get
Aurelia.
in. Aurelia, sorry. Aurelia will gesture for the professor to kind of get in.
My plan for a birthday present, I'm going to move one of the trees to shade our young mistress's favorite reading spot.
Oh. How do you mean to do that?
Oh, well, I'm going to go over here, and you see, with a little bit of effort, he does manage to kind of start uprooting a tree.
Oh my god.
Should I roll perception to see if Ari notices this?
If you want.
And hope if she fails, honestly, just for the gag.
How?
Let's see. Oh, that's a 10. She might be a little too engrossed in arranging the flowers and clipping the leaves.
That's fine, we don't want her to notice right now. This is his surprise.
Oh, are you?
But we have to wait.
Right.
Let me just put some more dirt on this. And it's like nothing ever happened.
How did you do that? That's
What do you mean?
That's really, that's, he's just kind of like scratching his head. He's a little baffled.
Ferris does not comprehend what the question is.
How did you lift the tree? That's normally, rather a bit heavier than most people can handle? Are you...
Oh, I'm quite strong.
Okay.
He just says it with a smile, no further explanation.
Clearly, are you... you're not, like, part Goliath, are you? You don't really look it, but...
What's a Goliath?
It's like a... it's like a small giant.
A small giant.
Yeah, they're, related to giants, but they're, a little closer to our size. They're still big
But how
to
can
us.
they be small if they're a giant?
Well, they're related to giants.
It's very confusing.
They're
I'm sorry, Mr. Professor. I'm just not quite there in my studies yet.
Oh, alright. Well, that's alright. Well, I don't know, I suppose what I'm trying to ask is, I don't know, is it your heritage? Was your family, strong like that too?
I've been strong like this since Mr. Xavier took me from the bad place.
Oh. Huh.
And you can tell he kind of chooses his words carefully with that one.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you see very subtly he kind of starts itching the back of his neck, which is covered by a very, very well-loved straw hat that has multiple patches in it, probably held together mostly by patches.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have Prof roll perception to see if he can maybe see something that might be... I mean, it's kind of hidden, but up to you if you want to have him roll.
Sure, why not?
All right. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a 22. Put it in here.
Yeah, you can see there's some like striped marks on the back of his neck, very similar to a barcode.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to ping some different thoughts. Oh, okay. All right. So
It's alright. Usually, Mr. Xavier's very good at handling my strength, but I don't know. Maybe something's different in Nyquil. He's not quite as strong as I remember. Or maybe Archibald is right, and I'm just getting much stronger as I grow up.
Maybe. Has Xavier changed?
Yes, I mean, we didn't know he was a tiefling.
You didn't know? He wasn't...
No, he wasn't a tiefling when he was with us. Well, I guess he was, but he didn't look like one. He looked like a human.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
I didn't really see much other people besides humans while I was with Master Cyrus.
Well, maybe that's why. I know there are some places where tieflings are, maybe not very welcome, and so I would understand hiding something like that.
Yeah, I don't quite understand it. Oh, that reminds me. You're very smart. Would you be able to teach me about tieflings? I don't really know what they are, except for Mr. Xavier's one.
Oh. Sure. Let me... So I don't want to get the lore wrong.
I can help with the lore because I have read up quite a bit on tieflings.
Alright, if you want to, if I don't know, should I, like, roll and then you can, like, help me out, or...
I'd say roll, I think this would be history.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, okay. Professor... That's not fair. He got a nat 1.
He has, like... doesn't he have, like, his mirror shards, from the blot games? 'Cause he gets, like, a reroll from that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Okay, that's better. This is... Your modifier is good, so that works out. That's a total of 18.
Should be good. So yeah, basic lore with tieflings is that, like, they're sort of mixed race. Like, well, not necessarily that, like, their parentage doesn't always have to be, like, directly a demon or a devil. Sometimes it could be, like, somewhere, like, way down the line. They do count as humanoids mechanically. So, like, technically they aren't demons or devils. And, let's see what else. I think in certain cases, like, they can, like, someone can be born tiefling because, like, maybe their parent made a deal with a devil or a demon. Yeah, but yeah, basically they're, easiest way to put it is, like, they're humanoids who have, like, some kind of fiendish ancestry, basically. I believe the most common versions of them, like, it's more common for them to be derived from devils, but there are, like, a few who do have demonic lineage.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I assume Prof probably explains something to that degree, but, like, maybe in, like, simpler terms, so Ferris can understand a little better.
Yeah, basically. You know, they're sort of the children and grandchildren and so on of devils and demons, sometimes very far removed.
And real quick, Ferris, I'm gonna have you roll a religion check for a little something extra.
You'll make my boy roll anything that has to do with a intelligence stat. No.
Oh, that's an unnatural one, so that's a 0.
That's a 0.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense. I don't think like Ferris was particularly religious. Like, I don't know, maybe the servants would like occasionally go to church for like holidays or something, but like he probably didn't really absorb most of like Alban Nunn's sort of religion over there.
He's there for the food.
Yeah, no, he showed up, man. Dude,
Yeah.
you're talking about demons and Ferris sitting here with all of his negative like brain stats, and it's like, demons are real. Okay.
So yeah, like I think like with a 0, like maybe at most you would know that like demons and devils equal bad, but like that's even that might be pushing it.
That's it.
That's like
it.
pretty basic
Usually,
knowledge. So.
They are red, and they are red. This is a fact. Demons are
That's true,
red.
and they often have horns.
Yes.
If Professor sees the sort of
Xavier.
the sort of lost look, he'll try to explain like devils and demons are they're considered they have different sort of meanings in different cultural contexts, but as far as reality goes, they're really just people who live in a particular place, which is the 9 circles of hell. It has a lot of sort of cultural baggage around it.
Is that close to where you're from? Is that why you don't like talking about it? We don't have to talk about it. It's all right.
Oh, that's okay. No, that's not close to where I'm from. I'm from somewhere else.
Brief moment of staring contest between the two. It's like,
Yeah, very far away, but not there. Not. I'm not from hell. I have been there. It's very hot.
Is it?
It is. Generally. There's oddly a few sort of icy regions, but
That's weird.
it is weird. But for the most part, it's very sort of hot and uncomfortable.
Well, that sounds not very nice.
Well,
We probably have to get these in so Archie can start making his food.
yep. Going to go back to moving stuff around.
Yay!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, do we want to wrap the scene there then?
Sure.
Yippee!
I hold Ferris very gentle, like beautiful little sunshine boy. Not a single thought in that head, but boy, do we love him.
I was like, I can make this boy. All negatives, all negative all negative intelligence stats.
Oh, I did
No
have
brain cells, only love.
I did have one idea, because the professor has a curious little item that's really good for harvesting things, actually. So he would probably help with that a little bit. Let me see. It is his autumn mask. It has 4 charges. You can use an action to expend a charge. Use one of the following effects. It has various things, but one of them is you can choose a single plant that can be harvested for food to immediately be ready for harvesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he has a handmade magical mask themed for the fall season. It's just kind of this pretty mask. It's got 2 large gold-tipped black feathers, a sort of quilted pattern in autumnal colors, and some mismatched buttons, and it's edged with fleece. So Professor at some point takes out this sort of magical mask and puts it on, and is able to take some of the unripe vegetables and whatnot and suddenly ripen them.
Ferris is just watching, like jaw to the floor, eyes wide. How did you do that?
Magic, dear.
Big puppy dog eyes. Can you teach me how to do that?
Let's see, I think this has another charge on it yet. He will take it off, and put it on Ferris's head. Here, think about how you want this, green pumpkin to be all, big and orange.
Actually, Oatmeal, they wouldn't be growing pumpkins in their garden.
Right, duh. Right, it's my go-to fall vegetable thought.
It's all
It is a
good.
go-to fall vegetable. Unfortunately, we can't
Yeah.
let that pesky little prince guy get in here.
Yeah. Let's see, what else?
Maybe like zucchini or something, or some other kind of squash, like just not
Corn!
pumpkin specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever, your choice, Launch.
Corn!
Nice.
Corn.
Yeah.
Okay, Ferris is gonna like very like hands like hovering around the mask, but like refusing to touch it because, as you've seen, Ferris can be quite strong and doesn't want to ruin anything.
No.
But just kind of will start thinking, and he's thinking about popcorn.
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't turn into popcorn, but the cornstalk does like grow and mature until it's, about the size that it's ready to be plucked.
Wow! I've never seen anything like this. You should probably take this off my head. I don't want to ruin it for you or nothing.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, he'll take it off and put it away because it's probably reached the end of its charges. It only has 4.
Oh, that's so amazing! We could just take the whole thing right out, and he just rips up the whole stock in one go.
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness.
I have to go. Do you mind if I go show Archie this real quick?
Go ahead. I've got the rest.
Archie, Leo, check out what I did. It's so cool. And he will run off with that like raised above his head, very proud.
Good.
Yeah. I think at this point Aurelia probably comes over, like having finally noticed this. Just kind of sighs, like, "Oh dear, not again."
He's very sweet.
We can-
Corn.
Yeah. He's a very good lad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think with that we can probably move on to our next group, which is the cleaning crew. So yeah, for that one, let's get our initial rolls out of the way. So we have dex checks for just like general cleaning, like sweeping, wiping the windows, dusting, that sort of thing. And we also have, if you're a little more daring, you can do sleight of hand if you want to clean like the more delicate objects, like maybe some of the little the ornaments that are on tables, that sort of thing.
Also, I entered the game a bit later, so I need to introduce myself.
Right, of course, yeah. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah,
and
no
character.
worries. Hello, hi, I am Argee. I'm a bit late because I was busy with the wall crawl, but that's fine. I am playing Tanguy, who is so excited to get into this whole cleaning business. He's so happy. You have no idea how much like these domestic acts like are healing for it. It's like I need to do stuff with that more. I just
Right.
yeah.
Love that. Yeah. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
let's get our rolls out of the way. So if you want to do either dex or sleight of hand if you're cleaning the more delicate objects. And Angelique will be joining you guys for this little group. I think I'm just gonna have actually I'll have her hang on with I need to get her stats actually. She has a separate little sheet.
Good thing you brought up like all of that
Hey.
because like I completely forgot to open up my my character sheet, but it's fine.
Oops.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, her stats are the same for either roll, so I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, that's an 8. Aw.
Ooh.
Yay!
So is it a
Can't have
dex
my,
roll
can't have
or a
my
dex
guys
saving
rolling too
throw?
well.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's a
Dex-
13 for Leah. Alright.
Trance
Is
got a
16 for
16.
Trance. Nice.
okay, this is decent. Hang on. 15.
They're the same modifier, so
yeah.
someone has to be doing the
I'm gonna start
ornaments.
15.
Nice.
Hey, nice. So yeah, you both did pretty well. So I think for Angelique's role, because you know she can fly, she has her little wings. I think she's probably like maybe cleaning like one of the chandeliers or something, like up near the ceiling. And I think she's probably polishing one of the little crystals, and it accidentally like slips off its hook and falls to the ground. Let's see. You can
Good.
probably do like a dex save to like
Yeah.
see if anyone wants to try and catch it.
Yeah!
Absolutely would
Oh,
want to catch
Tanguy.
that.
Oh, Tanguy would. If Trance fails this one, then Tanguy can take the
Eh.
yeah. By the way, I should know.
Consider, I have a funnier idea. We all try to catch it. We do the funny little everyone tries and fails and bonks their heads.
That's funny. I like
I
that.
was gonna say.
And it's
Oh
funny
yeah,
because
yeah.
and I will say it is funny because Trance got a 5.
Oh no.
Okay, great. I should. By the way, I should know that Tanguy has basically walked into this place like with sparks happily like going like glowing, like he's very happy to be here. His tail's wagging. I don't know if foxes do that, but it's because Toons he does that, and he's just
He's
so
a
happy
Toon
to
Fox,
be
we
here.
can say yes.
Yeah, this is allowed. This is allowed.
Toon Foxes get
Oh,
wagging
yeah.
rights.
Mhm.
Yeah, he does. He's allowed. He's won that. But yeah, what is that? For the dex save, that's
Yeah,
not
dex
bad.
save.
Yeah, that's a 9+1. That's a 10 for Tanguy. Not too bad. I don't imagine that as
Yeah.
like
Launch, you want to roll for
falls
Leah for
down.
flavor?
I do. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah. I like to think it falls down and then like translates to catch it, and then Tanguy tries to catch it, and then
Imagine like he like tries to catch it, it like bounces out of his hand, and like goes flying to the next person and the next person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've got it, baby!
Hey, that's
Yay!
19.
My goodness.
Leah goes
We did
for it and
it!
like has to do honestly we'll probably do like a slide to just like barely catch it before it hits the floor.
Oh, he's just like standing on his chest. It's like, oh, thank goodness. All right, that was a relief.
Yeah.
Close one. Oof.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Angelique like flying above you, just like wincing, like, "Ooh, sorry about that, everybody."
It's alright, I have experience with this, you know.
It's alright.
Yeah, I managed
No
to
harm
catch
done.
it all.
Yeah, wow, you were fast on that, Leah. Good job.
Thank you. I'm
Actually-
not used to doing it that much. Usually Miss Xavier's the one catching things when I drop them.
Yeah.
Yeah, kid seems doing that. That guy is like crazy fast.
Oh, he is. He's usually quite fast. It's a little bit startling to see that he's gotten injured himself. Yes, it is.
Yeah, he definitely seems like the type who doesn't stay down for long if he gets injured.
Yes. The fact that he's been gone for 2 days now is quite unheard of. She looks a little bit distraught.
He'll be alright. No need to worry.
I'm sure he is.
Tanguy is just standing there like, who are we talking about? I'm out of the loop.
Oh, Mr. Xavier, he's our head butler.
Ah. Oh. Okay, right. What, like, I forgot about that. Right, that's why we're here. I
Right.
got so excited about the cleaning. I just brain just all right. Continue.
It's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, you're doing something you enjoy, right? It's easy to get caught up in that.
I was just like quickly look towards Trance, just like and he just like has big stars in his eyes, just like big anime eyes, just like very very quiet. He actually gets like anime sparkles, and he just just a look of like yes, absolutely, and he just nods very very slowly without saying anything.
I'm not sure what exactly that means. I don't.
Well,
Tanguy still looking at Trance.
Trance is, Trance is just handing me, giving an awkward pat on the head.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we should probably get that hooked back onto the chandelier, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
I think
let me see if I can fetch the ladder.
Yeah. You sure? I mean, I can try and fly it up. Well, I mean, I know I dropped it, but I can probably hook it back on easy.
Oh yes, that's right. Sorry, I've forgotten this. All of this magic is still a bit of adjusting for me.
And she'll take the little chandelier piece and fly it back up. Does it still count as magic, though, for my wings? I mean, they're kind of part of my body. Well, I guess my whole body could count as magic. She shakes her head. I don't know, I still don't really understand how that part works.
I can't say I know either. We didn't have anything much of this in Albanoin.
No, I didn't have much magic around where I grew up either, so a lot of it's pretty novel to me still.
Thank goodness. Sometimes I feel like I'm right out of place with the others.
Yeah, I get
Just
that.
finishing.
I get that.
Tanguy is finishing with his own fire powers at the moment, just like click, 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 like a little wire, except he's like snapping his fingers.
You good over there, Tanguy?
Yeah, just thinking, that's all.
Well, Taiki, and they look over, and Taiki has stolen one of the throw pillows off of one of the couches, and is currently just trotting around with it in a circle.
Oh, could we use that back, Spot? Oh no, that's not Spot. Sorry.
Her name's Taiki. Taiki, come
Taiki.
here. And she looks at Trance, and just kind of huffs, and goes over and sits in front of Leah to like offer her the pillow.
Bye.
Thank you. You're not going to be breathing fire on me or anything, are you?
No, she's just a dog.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you
don't
know
Angelique
know
kind of gives her a
this.
look. Angelique kind of gives her a look like, what kind of dog breathes fire?
Well,
Tanguy standing there.
I mean,
we used to have a dog at the Ashby Manor that his name was Spot. He was what did Mr. Xavier call him? A bit of a hellhound, and he had a habit of being a bit of a fire breather.
yeah, that'd do it. Well, lucky for you, Taiki is just a regular toon mutt, and she is. And he looks over, and she's just giving him the stink eye.
I don't think
That's
she
what
liked being called a regular, maybe.
She is the specialist girl ever, and she is very good. Her tail just starts wagging.
Ah.
Aww. That's so cool, though. A fire-breathing dog. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
that probably make...
He was very troublesome most of the time. Usually he'd only listen to Mr. Xavier.
Yeah.
Kind of tilts her head at that. Really? Huh, that's weird. I mean, I know Xavier doesn't really like dogs.
No,
doesn't.
he doesn't. He never has.
But he was able to deal with a hellhound?
Oh yes, the Spot really only listened to him. It was a bit of an inconvenience whenever he got into the kitchen. Poor Archie had to deal with it. Oh, then you
I
had to
can
get an
imagine.
earful from Xavier for letting on spot in the kitchen in the first place.
Ah. Thing is, dogs just kind of get where they want to go half the time, even if you do actually try to keep them out.
Oh, don't we know it? Oh,
Yeah.
Master
So what was
Cyrus
the?
never liked him much either.
Yeah.
No, but I
Well,
shouldn't be talking about Master Cyrus while I'm under different employment. That's not right. It's not.
I think Angelique shrugged like, I mean, I don't mind if you talk about him. Honestly, I've been kind of curious. I mean, Xavier only mentioned him like once or twice, but I kind of want to know what this guy's whole deal was.
yeah, and I'd love to hear more about where you're from.
Uh, uh, Master Cyrus? Well, we were from Albanoin. It's a place, uh, far from here. North, I believe. Archie knows the directions better than I. But it wasn't very big with magic or anything, so, uh, I suppose that's why it's kind of curious to see things like that. And she'll gesture over to Sir Mr. Matchlight over there, snapping his fingers to get a flame.
No, I'm like just like still what like just watching Taiki at the moment is like I just but I like the thought that like he just started like just snapping his fingers just like pondering on his like breathing fire thing like just like what is he doing today?
I'm still just not used to it, no.
Yeah.
I admit, some of it would have made the jobs much easier back home. Yes, it would have.
Yeah. Hang on, actually. And then he looks over to a particular dirty bookshelf and he goes, "Oh yeah," and casts prestidigitation to clean up the bookshelf like section by section.
Oh yeah, Ori knows that one too. I taught her that one.
I completely forgot that I had this. Magic is
I
still
think
just it's still new to me.
you just do that, and Leah, like Leah's just kind of been fretting with her feather duster, and just like immediately like drops it like arms down. What?
On straight to the pen.
I
Just a snap of the fingers is all it takes. It does.
well, it
Yes,
depends on like
I mean
if you know it or not. And I forget that I have magic half the time anyways. So,
Just takes a snap of the fingers. I'm going to be fired and replaced by someone who's better at that than I.
no,
Yes,
no,
I
no, no,
am.
no, no. You're not
Oh,
getting
the
replaced. You're not
little
getting replaced.
Auntie stands up, his hands on Leah's shoulders, and it's like I have prestidigitation, and yet I do all the cleaning in my house by myself without the magic because I like it. Okay, no one's going to replace you.
Yeah, we're not
Seems
gonna
so
fire you
much
for that,
easier.
Leah. I
It
mean,
does.
Sorry.
It seems so much easier with that. It does. Maybe that's why Mr. Xavier was able to clean so much of the mansion by himself.
That would make
that
sense.
Probably
seems
yes.
like
Puts
seems
his
like
hand
he's got
off.
magic. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually it's a pretty low level spell. A
I
cantrip,
guess in a place that
technically.
I guess in a place where there's no magic at all, it would be pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
Very impressive indeed, yes. Oh,
Mm.
seems so interesting. Maybe I should try and figure out these magic abilities. Can you learn them, or is that more of a tune thing? I'm unfamiliar with it.
It's not a tune thing entirely.
Oh, there's still a chance then. Ah,
Yes.
Hey,
Yes, it's
I know there's a bunch of different ways to learn magic. I think there's one where you just have to like read like a whole bunch of books and you can learn magic. Is that one sorcerer or
oh,
wizard?
I'm
I always get those two
doomed.
mixed up.
that's wizard, that's the nerd crap. That's the nerd version.
I'm doomed if I have to read dozens of books. I can barely
Uh,
teach Ferris much.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make a pact. No.
But don't
Sorry, you cut out at
know.
the end.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I think you said to make a pact.
Yeah. He was saying. I mean, you can make a pact. I don't know.
I
I
would
think
say
Angelique
do
kind of
not
winces a little.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean,
Well,
that's
no,
kind of
don't.
I mean, that's gonna mean Aura is over ancient, but well, I think you can get powers from like other powerful beings, but the only one I really know is devils, and I'm kind of the exception
Oh,
because those guys are weird. They always ask for like souls and stuff and other creepy things like that.
Yeah,
I suppose.
no. It's not a
I
good
wish I knew
idea
that a bit
unless
earlier. Probably could have made
Yeah,
better use of my work. Oh well.
no. It
yeah,
honestly, it's better that you do actual hard work, that you actually put in the effort yourself to make sure that this is done, that you were the one who did it to the best of your extent, like to the extent that you can. I think that's
Aw.
far more admirable than using magic to basically shortcut through it.
You've got me all blushing, you're mighty kind, you
Ah, and Francis' mask actually gets a little blush on it.
Aw, that's
Oh,
cute.
Leah's gonna blush. She's very easily flattered. She's a good egg.
Oh no, they flustered each other.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no.
and now Tanguy is just kind of standing there, just like super big sympathy with Leah. He gets it. He gets it. He gets it.
Peggy's gonna be sitting at his feet looking up at him with one of the dusters in her mouth.
oh.
Tanguy's gonna look down at it like at that and just like he just picks up the duster and just goes off and does his own cleaning thing, just like looking for other areas of the place to clean. He has no thoughts. I'll only clean.
It is cleaning time.
He's
I'm for
far better
cleaning.
behaved than Spot ever was. Yes, he is.
Yeah. She's a good girl. Well, she's being on her best behavior today, so she's doing much better than I expected.
Oh,
Yeah.
perhaps later we can go to the kitchen and maybe Archie can give her a little bit of a treat.
She snaps her head over to look at Leah, and just you can see the toon sparkles.
Oh,
You said the word.
I'm sorry. Should I not have said the word?
Uh-oh.
It's fine. It happens. And he's gonna have to roll. He's gonna have to reach into his hammer space. Okay, come on. Let's do it. This actually no. I have physical dice. That's right. Let's do this one. Okay, that's a fumble. God dang it.
Oh.
Okay, so R4. That means he gets to pull out instead of he gets to pull out a red handkerchief. And he's just like, that's not right. Okay, take two. And
I
that's
think while
even
he's working
worse.
on that, I think
It's gonna
Angelique
be
will
a
kind of
it's gonna
comment
be a
like,
while.
yeah. I think while he's working on that, Angelique will kind of comment, yeah, well, if you do take her to the kitchen, make sure Xavier's not still in there working on the desserts, because, well, he's been in kind of a bad mood ever since he got injured, and, well, he doesn't like dogs. I mean, I don't think he'd snap attack you or anything, but, just be careful about that, I guess.
Yes, I
Right,
know.
yeah.
It's him and Archie. Well, Archie's probably goading him on a bit more than he should. He is. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see Mr. Xavier in a different light. Not that it's a bad thing that he's a tiefling or anything. I didn't mean it. Nothing like that now, sir. Just mean he's never been so
Oh, no.
expressive.
Hmm. Really, was he different back when you were working in Albinon together?
Oh, yes, he was very serious, very strict, and made sure we all kept on task all the time, which I suppose we probably needed to, but it wasn't like him to get hurt or nothing, or take days off. I suppose
Hmm.
that's might be why we're all so a bit frazzled with all this.
Actually, speaking of that, I kind of want to ask you something. I think Angelique kind of like fluttered down closer to Leah. Has he been acting like? Is it me, or has he been acting like kind of weirder than usual lately today? I mean, well, not just today, but like on the day he was like overworking himself. 'Cause I've been trying to think. It's almost like when like somebody says something to like make you mad and it kind of sets you off. Kind of feels like that, but I know Archie was teasing him a little bit, but you think that's what, like, set him off? Because
I don't
usually, like,
know.
he knows how to pace himself, but he was really, like, trying to get all the decorations up.
I know it.
Like, he was trying to prove something. Yeah.
I think we might be a little bit more of a burden to him in this manner than at the Ashby Manor, which is why we all have to work very hard, yes we do, in order to make sure that Mr. Xavier can rest well, and he won't have to stress and worry about all of it.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, that's kind of his problem if he doesn't know what, like, when to stop and rest or whatever.
But he's always been able to manage the whole mansion nearly by
Yeah.
himself. We've basically just been in the wings half the time. I'd say I wouldn't know why Master Cyrus hired us, but I do, and it wasn't for our cleaning abilities.
Right, because the whole, and she kind of lowers her voice, like, the whole bodyguarding thing.
Yes. I mean, that's still probably what we're best at. To be quite honest, yes, we are. But we've gotten better. We've gotten better. But now we need to pull our own weight. She looks kind of determined at that.
Yeah, well, I think you guys are doing a pretty good job, as far as I can tell, anyway.
Oh, thank you. Now we just have to make sure that we keep this up so Mr. Xavier doesn't have to work himself too hard anymore.
Very noble of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Trance had cycled through a fair few because the dice were not being very happy with me about the fumbles. And so first it's a red handkerchief, then it's a toy horse that gets put away, and then he pulls out what looks to be some sort of crown, and that gets shoved away very quickly. Then it's an umbrella, and then finally he pulls out a bag of dog treats and just goes, "Fine, okay," and tosses one to Taiki after she sits pretty for him.
Yay!
So she gets her treat and she settles. She stops looking at him and expectantly for a treat.
Oh, the puppo has been satiated for now.
For now. But there's definitely a little bit of frazzle to him because he's just like, ah. Okay. Okay. Right. What was I doing again?
Meanwhile, in the background, Tanguy's still cleaning up.
Angie's
Cleaning
busy at
crew
work.
go.
He overheard some of that, but he has just been like cleaning most of the time.
I like to think like everyone's been talking and they turn around and just Tanguy standing there. The whole room is just like sparkling clean.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done it again. I've gotten myself distracted. I have. I need to make sure I stay on task.
I mean, to be fair, I also got distracted, so I think it's not just you.
Yeah, and I was kind of talking to you too, so not really all your fault.
I know, but still, I need to make sure I stick on task.
Tanguy just standing there holding the duster with both hands, looking kind of sheepish. For some reason, he gave me, "I'm sorry, I have ADHD," but he knows very well that it's, I don't know. He got hyper-focused is what happened, I think.
That's how it goes.
I mean, it worked out, right?
Yeah. It worked out. Worked out okay.
Yeah, the room's all clean. You did a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, it's like, what do we do now?
Yeah, is there another room we need to clean up?
Let's see, we got this one. Do we want to start working on the ballroom? Because that one's gonna take a while.
Oh yes, it will take a while. I need to make sure I go get the mops.
All right.
We need to wash the tablecloth still, or did we take care of that already?
Oh, don't worry. I put them in there with 6 loads of detergent.
Oh no.
Wait, 6? Is that how much you're supposed to put in there?
Hang on. Tanguy would know this. I don't.
I think that's what it said. That's what I read on the box.
That doesn't sound right, but
That
I don't
sounds
really
like
do
way too
laundry, so I
much.
don't know enough to argue.
Hang on. Can you show me where it is so I can check real quick?
Oh yes, yes. Follow me.
Okay, yeah, Tanguy will follow.
Yeah, Angelique will follow as well.
Leah will lead everyone down the hall, and you can already hear the sounds of bubbles like going off. And she's like, "Oh, perhaps it wasn't 6 then. Maybe I misread it."
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Hang on. And it's a good thing prestidigitation is a cantrip. Because
Yay!
he's just gonna be able to just a cubic foot of soap bubbles just basically taken out. My mind just went
Well,
to
the
like
bright side.
Minecraft blocks. The Minecraft
Nice.
blocks just
Well, on the bright side, at least the floors in here will be clean once we're cleaned up all the soap.
very true.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
I just keep doing this. Perhaps I need to. Uh,
No, you're doing
I
just
don't know.
fine.
Yeah.
I do have a question though.
Hmm.
Are your glasses up to prescription? Have you had them checked recently?
Xavier's been telling me the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that I technically need glasses too, so
Mm-hmm.
this means you gotta double check.
It's.
Yeah.
I'm a bit hesitant to get rid of them, though. It's just it was something that Master Cyrus gave to me, and I don't really want to get rid of them.
Well, what you could do is just have the lenses replaced. You can keep the
Yeah, just
frames.
keep the frame part.
That's an option.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Tanguy
didn't
just
know that.
nodding. Tanguy just nodding in the background, while he meanwhile has been looking in every nook and cranny, trying to see if the bubbles have gone elsewhere.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought they were stuck right in there. Oh, perhaps I will go get new prescription then.
Yeah. It'd be good to. It'd be good for you and for the future.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
maybe there's some sort of
we can go out to
magic
town together and take.
glasses.
Yeah. Maybe they. Ooh, do you think they have those? I bet
I
there must be
don't
some
know.
somewhere out in town.
Probably. Now, if you could find
Yeah.
ones that are able to detect dirt, that would be so useful.
Yeah, that
I
would.
don't know
Wow.
about that. I'd probably be pinging every second of the day.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Or at least I'd be able to figure out where Ferris is at any time.
He's the gardener, right?
Yes, he's our lovely gardener.
Ah, that'd do it.
Does need the occasional reminder to make sure he unmuddies his boots before he comes in, but it's
Ah.
all right.
Yeah, I've been told off for that a fair few times. And there's just bubbles, 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 and then there are no more bubbles
Yeah.
left.
I think Angelique kind of snickers and is sort of like, yeah, well, at least when he forgets, Xavier's always there to fuss over him. And she kind of giggles, like, remember the other day when he was just brushing those leaves off of him? Like he was his mom or something. She kind of
Oh,
snickered.
that's true. He's always been like that. Between you and me, I think he's always had a bit of a soft spot for Ferris. Ferris was the first one he brought to the man, after all.
Oh,
Yeah, and he is also kind of the youngest of the three of you, right?
Oh, yes, he's quite young. We're not entirely certain of his age, neither is he.
It looks like he's around Ari's age, maybe, so maybe a little younger. I mean, I don't really know, so.
Yes, somewhere around that. 16, maybe. 18.
Yeah.
Between those two ages, most likely.
Hmm.
That's usually what we go with if we have to write anything on official papers.
Yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah, just kind of, yeah, I think she'll just kind of comment, like, yeah, it's just kind of funny seeing him like that, though. Well, I mean, to be fair, he also kind of gets that around when Ari's not having a good day either. Like when he's always reminding her to eat and take her medicine and all that.
I know, it's a bit hypocritical of him, though. He doesn't really rest himself, But, I mean, he never has.
Yeah, I
Quite the
swear that guy,
workaholic,
like,
huh?
barely ever sleeps. I mean, he's always taking those night patrols to guard the manor and stuff.
You guys don't have
Oh,
a
he
proper manor
sleeps.
guard?
He sleeps far more now than he did at our manor. I mean, usually one of us will stay up for a little bit and see if anything's wrong or be alerted, usually by Xavier.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily we don't get too many people coming to bother us. Well, except that group of those weasel guys. They come like once a week, maybe.
Weasel guys.
Yeah, she kind of sighs, like, yeah, this is a bunch of criminals. They think they want to kidnap either me or Ore or rob the place or whatever.
Right.
Don't
We kind
worry.
of beat 'em up.
Won't let that happen as long as we're here.
Yeah.
Anya is just noon back in, just like I'm worried, just like
Yeah, that's
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's practically just part of the routine. I mean, these guys beat him up, no trouble. She kind of gestures at Aaliyah.
Well,
Really?
nothing a few bullets can't fix.
Really? Trance looks much more interested.
well, Liz, I guess.
Huh. Right.
Angelique will say, like, yeah, you should see Leah. I've only watched her a couple times, but she's an amazing shot.
Oh, you flatter me too much, you do. I'm just
Oh,
doing my due diligence,
so you're
as any
farsighted.
maid of the manor would.
Okay.
Mommy just standing here looking at Leah eternally, just like she's just like me, for real, for real.
Trance is just having a moment of like, you're farsighted too. That's cool.
Hmm.
I always get them mixed up, I do. Farsighted and nearsighted.
Eh.
Yeah, farsighted is when you can see things better when they're farther away.
No, I think. Hang on.
Oh,
No, wait,
yes.
it is.
Yes, that's why I need to make sure I get my glasses cleaned and sparkly every day. Otherwise, well, you've seen the mishaps that can happen.
Yeah, it happens. It
Yeah.
happens. Well, now that the laundry situation's sorted a bit, are we gonna work on the ballroom?
Oh, yes. Let's let me just go fetch some water and mops, and we'll be able to get that spick and clean in no time at all, I'm sure.
Yeah, between the four of us, it'll be no problem.
Oh,
I'm tempted to have Leah roll a dex save, like to see if she knocks over the mop bucket or something.
Oh no.
I'm just giving
Oh.
it. I'm giving you that for free. I love Leah. She gets to do a little.
Aw.
She gets Toonkind instinct on as a treat.
Yeah.
Off screen, we just hear a wah, and she just falls over.
Oh
You-
no, another thing.
Ah.
Oh,
I think Angelique just kind of like sighs, like, "Yeah, are you sure you don't have like some kind of tune heritage or something? Because this feels like that comedic timing stuff."
You know that you're not the first person who's told me that. Though rightfully, I don't really know.
Fair enough. Here, let me help you with that.
Mm.
And let's get the mops and the buckets to the ballroom.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to keep going or not, because that could potentially be a stopping point, unless you guys
I
have
was
more to
thinking
talk
that's a
about.
pretty good stopping point.
Yeah, that seems like a good spot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Eee. That was very fun.
That was very fun.
Hey.
Eee. And so, so normally this would be where I'm saying, and we'll move on to our next group. However, because as we all know, scheduling for D&D is a bitch and a half, we are going to be doing the final bit with Archibold and the folks who are helping him out with the cooking on a later date. Those of you listening in the future, it'll just be attached to like this whole video as one long one. But for now, yeah. Sorry, was someone saying something?
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
For now, yeah. For now, we will be ending things for here. So thank you to all the lovely players who made it today, and the folks who are listening live, and those listening in the future. We wish you all a very good time zone. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. I am Cartoon Kitsune, and welcome to part 2 of Her Butler Lending a Hand. I am joined by a completely different group of players, well, save for one, of course. But if y'all would like to introduce yourselves and what characters you are playing today.
I'm the different character. It's me, Launch, playing the servant gang.
Mm.
Delightful. Hi, hello everyone. I am Noodle or Pasta or Udon or whichever variation thereof y'all are feeling like today. And I have brought a horrible, terrible bird who is here to actually be helpful for once and not causing problems on purpose. Yet.
Yet.
Yet. Not just yet.
Mhm.
Hi, my name's ArtistofObsessions, also known as Abby. It's been a while since I've treaded these waters in AI, but I'm here with my boy Reed.
He's
been a
back.
while.
Yee.
And blow the dust off his character sheet.
All right. So, just as a quick little recap, y'all have been asked by one Miss Aurelia to help out because Angelique's birthday is coming up very soon. But unfortunately, her butler had a bit of an accident where he overworked himself trying to put up all the decorations, ended up hurting his back, and that put everyone behind schedule. So now they need a few extra people to pick up the slack. And in your guys' case, you are you've been conscripted into helping in the kitchen with both Xavier and Archibold. I guess just to start us off, how's everyone feeling? How's everyone feeling about this?
Well, I'm feeling
Reed was
just
made
great.
for this. Reed was made for this.
Yeah. On one hand, Juby is in a kitchen, which can be either really good or really bad. On the other hand, probably until he got pulled to the kitchen, he was probably dicking around with his best friend, Trance, who was also helping around the place. He's so helpful. He's not wouldn't distract his best friend at all. No, not at all.
Not one.
It's all right.
Let's see. But yeah. So you guys are all gathered in the kitchen, and I think Xavier would probably be starting out by like going over the menu and like what needs to be done. Y'all can definitely tell like he is because normally when he's like interacting with you guys as guests, he's a bit more kind of chill and jovial. I mean, still very serious, taking his work seriously and all that. Currently though, he is very much in work mode right now. He's like very much we have to get this done in this way. Very very particular how everything is done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
old shebang as always, Xavier. Come on. Got a bunch of volunteers here. Can't you lighten up just a bit?
Well, with the current limited amount of time we have, I most certainly cannot. And I'll thank you not to be so lackadaisical about everything.
It'll get done.
See? He's got the spirit.
Yeah. Come on,
Yes,
don't you
well.
trust us?
He
Surely
gives
this
you
crew will get it
Yeah,
done.
don't you trust
Gives
us,
you a-
Xavier?
He gives both of you a very flat look.
I get the feeling, I don't quite know your lad, but I get the feeling that both he and Juby are wearing matching knife cat grins.
Yeah, Archie's kind of like he's been through this whole shebang before, so he's probably pushing buttons that he knows how to push.
Right. Well, at any rate, so you guys, so I believe that, so Archibald, you're probably doing your usual thing, prepping and whatnot. You're handling more of the like dinner side of things, basically, because this is like a little bit like probably the day before the party. You're basically like doing everything you can ahead of time that you can't do like on the day of that you have to like cook fresh and whatnot. So probably like chopping vegetables, like making marinades for the meat, that kind of thing. Reed, you are yeah. Reed, you are also helping out because like well Xavier knows that you have more experience in the kitchen, so you're basically acting as like a sous chef to Archibald. Juby, he'd probably have you on like probably like the really basic stuff, like just like peeling potatoes, chopping vegetables, like the simple stuff that like even you can screw up.
Peel potato. Boil water. Stir pot.
I think
Exactly.
he catches Jubilee, who is definitely just doing knife tricks. And the moment he's told to boil water on the stove, he gives Xavier a look. Like, are you certain? I mean, I can find something to do. saw the menu. I can get started on my own thing. Do you really want me helping?
It's best to
there?
just follow what he wants to do. Most of the time, he's trying to take on the whole team by himself. It seems like he's still kind of got that.
I bet I could wrangle
yeah.
the prick.
Funny you should mention that because while you guys are working on that, Xavier will be handling the dessert end of things, which mostly consists of like birthday cake. And
The all-important
And,
birthday cake.
And I will say that if anybody wants to assist him with any of the dessert stuff, you're gonna have to roll persuasion because he is very particular about like he is the one who does the desserts and nobody helps him.
I see.
Looks at a bird whose specialty is that.
Yeah, Jubilee, do you want to attempt to convince this guy to let you help with that instead?
Yeah, I think he's gonna try. I think he will.
Alrighty.
I think he'll try. So let's roll first to see how successful he is, because this, surprisingly, persuasion, not one of his bullshit modifiers.
It's fine.
Alright. It's fine.
That's fine. Where is it? This one's just straight, yeah. Yeah.
Can Archie help him?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, how about Juby? You give me your pitch, and maybe Archibold explain how you're gonna help him out with this, and then we'll have him roll again.
Yeah. Probably part of that low roll is the fact that it's Jubilee. And Xavier knows
Of course,
Jubilee.
Xavier's not gonna trust him. He's not gonna trust him with like something this important because like this is the birthday cake. Like.
Yeah, he has since kind of slunk over, not doing what he was told whatsoever, and watches sort of at Xavier's shoulder for a moment before saying, aren't you not supposed to be doing stuff, considering you fucked up your back from doing stuff? And you lot did get us here to help, and considering I am notoriously bad on the cooking end of things, but do have experience working in a bakery, I think you can go sit your ass down and I'll take care of this for you. Go on, shoot.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an eyebrow twitch at that. I think he kind of retorts with, well, I will remind you that I have not been banned entirely from working, merely that I need to limit the amount of work I do so as not to exacerbate my injuries. That said, I am the one who handles the desserts here, and I would rather not risk someone else getting their hands in this and ruining the birthday cake.
Oh, please.
Uh-oh. What the fuck happened?
What?
My headphones cut out for a minute.
Uh-oh.
I see.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Pets.
Sorry. Xavier's just kind of, she only said that you have to limit yourself because you refused to take a proper day off.
That sounds about right.
Oh. Alright, I think that's enough. Roll again, Juby.
Yeah, let's see. Please,
Come on, the
Dice
kid said he's
Parser,
got experience.
don't bully him. That's better.
18. Much
That's
better.
a lot better.
Alright, well, I think with that very good argument, I think Xavier will kind of sigh and reluctantly be like, well, I suppose if you have worked in an actual bakery, that admittedly puts you, gives you more experience than Archibold had when he started out.
Hey.
Am I wrong?
If you know, I've trained
Let him
hard
figure it in
since
his
we last
Yeah.
met. I told you, trained under some award-winning chefs.
I think when he says award-winning chefs, Xavier like just mouths along with him, like the exact words.
Yeah. He's definitely said this a number of times because he's just. I'll
Reed's
say
just
it
like,
again
"But were
because
you
it never
one of
seems
the-
to because
one
it
of the
never seems to
award-winning
stick with
chefs?"
There was crosstalk.
Oh, sorry, Abby, you were saying?
Abby said.
Read it internally as just like, yes, but were you one of the award-winning chefs? He doesn't say it, but he's got a look that says it. Like with the eyebrow cricked up and everything.
He wasn't. But it's okay because it's the fact that he's been training under them that's impressive.
Sure.
To get any skill, you have to learn from people who know what the fuck they're doing. If you learn from someone who doesn't know what they're doing, well, I think it goes without saying at that point.
Yeah, but I gotta stress the accolades.
Well, yeah,
give him the
because
due
you
credit.
have him, and he like does the Will Smith pose at Xavier. It's like you have him to contend with, and he's a pain in the ass. Of course, you have to stress the accolades. He won't listen to you otherwise.
God, he won't listen to me even if.
Oh,
At any rate, if we could get back on task. Right?
Yeah, we'll get back on task. You go and relax somewhere.
yeah.
I feel like this whole time Reed has actually been prepping the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reed's actually doing a job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Archie's
I will
trying
say
to get Xavier out of the kitchen.
Mhm.
Well, I will say he's not going to leave yet, but he will, however, allow Jubilee to assist him. I'm going to say that
Mhm.
Xavier's like measuring out the ingredients, and he's letting Jubilee like handle the mixing part.
Mhm.
So at this point, I'm going to have you guys do your rolls. So let's see.
Mhm.
So it is dexterity. Let's see. Yeah. So it's dexterity if you're doing prep work. Wisdom check if you're doing any actual cooking. And you can add your
love prep
proficiency
work.
bonus if you're proficient in cook's tools, which I believe at
Okay.
least 2 are.
Yay.
Fuck, man.
Mhm.
Not wisdom. Fuck.
I'm professional.
Oh, it was a
I'm
dex or wisdom.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
We'll do that.
professional.
Let's see. I think Reed was doing. I think Reed's doing some of the actual kicking rather than the cooking, rather than the prep work at the moment. So it'll be wisdom.
There you go, my lad.
Yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right.
9.
It's all right. It's all right.
He's not. I mean, this is probably like fine dining stuff, and Reed. I don't know what kind of stuff Reed usually cooks,
Reed's
but
been
he's like,
Reed's been cooking in a cafe for a long time, so it's not.
Yeah.
He's not used to cooking up to that
Above,
standard
yeah.
for a long
yeah.
time.
Mhm.
It's all right. Whatever Reed does wrong, Archie just kind of like, and we'll casually brush it aside. We'll put whatever Archie's been making in its place. So like, got you. Don't worry.
Me.
Aw.
Me. I'm gonna say Archie rolls stealth, and if you roll well enough, then I'm gonna let Reed roll again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. My boy do have stealth. I see. He does not.
13.
13. I'm gonna say that's just barely enough because Xavier's kind of like focused on like handling all the dessert stuff right now, so his attention is
Go
not
for it,
like
bird.
yeah.
Yeah, he is
Distraction.
juggling a bird.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because
Distracted by bird.
correct. Because Juby is still being antagonistic towards Xavier. Because he has his goals, which totally aren't being helpful. No, it's not trying to get Xavier to sit down and take a fucking break already, my guy. No,
Yeah.
this bird caring about people? No.
No,
Ah,
of course
never.
not. Inconceivable.
Yeah. So yeah, Reed, you can roll again on your was it wisdom check?
I think
Wisdom, yes.
Mhm.
Boop. 18. That's a lot
Much better.
Mhm.
All right, yeah. So with Archie's help, you're able to kind of get the hang of things.
Yeah.
All right. So meanwhile, I'm gonna do a con save for Xavier real quick.
Mhm.
How that goes.
Uh-oh.
And I'm gonna do disadvantage. Let's see. 14, not too bad.
Mhm.
So let's see. I'm gonna say that I think at this point, like you've been working for a while, you probably got the cakes themselves. Probably they're baking, so that part's handled.
Mhm.
And I think Jubilee has you working on like putting together like the chocolate buttercream. Meanwhile, he's doing the slightly more delicate work of like putting together these gum paste flowers that are going to go on the outside of the cake as decoration.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
as he's working, you notice he's like every so often, if you're watching closely enough, you can see him kind of like wincing a little bit in pain, like,
Mhm.
and his hands kind of like tensing up a bit.
Hmm.
But he's still working through the pain.
Hmm. I think Juby watches for a little bit. This is me also thinking back to being in a kitchen and like, oh god, how are we doing all of this? What's the production size? Oh god. Because I can't say
Not
he's
that
doing...
big. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like a decent bit. There's like a pretty decent number of people coming, but like, I mean,
Mhm.
it's a cake, so it's kind of just like one big thing you're working on, basically. So don't worry about it too much.
Yeah. But
Sweats as I look at Reed. Listen, Reed's used to making a lot of extra food already. There's gonna be a lot of food with whatever he's doing.
yeah.
I mean, it works out. Like, it's always good to have leftovers, right? And
Mhm.
there is going to be like a pretty decent amount of people. Probably not quite as many as the Halloween party's going to have, but like, I mean, this is still like all the folks that they befriended during their time in Villestown here. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
A good
at the very least,
handful.
they've got the entire Leighton clan coming, so that's a lot of people.
Oh, he has to feed many teenage boys. Yeah, no, there's not. There's lots of food.
Yeah. I think Jubilee watches for a minute, seeing how Xavier's going, and then just kind of cocks his head to the side and like, you know, why not let me give those a shot? Cross my heart, this will be the one time where I listen to what you say and don't start causing problems.
Very well. I suppose you've been doing well enough so far. And so he'll give you some of the gum paste, and he'll show you the method for making them. Because I've actually done this before in a baking class. So what you do for those ones? We had like a little mold that we used to press out the petals. So basically, you have like a little ball of gum paste. You press the petals out, and then I think for these ones, you use like water to basically stick them together.
Got it.
So I think this is going to be sleight of hand because it's dexterity, but like for more finer detail stuff. So
Sleight of
roll
hand, you
that.
say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can definitely say with this sort of thing, because looks at the bakery, flowers feature very heavily at where he's used to, because the two owners of that bakery are Fae.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, that is a 26.
So Juby probably starts out like playing it off like, oh yeah, how do you do that? How and then just gets into a rhythm at one point, and where he probably tries to start outpacing Xavier in a way that makes it obvious to the other two, and kind of glances back to them and nods at Xavier like, get him out.
I will do a quick little thing though. I think as he's kind of like noticing you, like getting the hang of it quickly, I think he kind of like he's actually a little bit impressed by this, and I think he'll say, now where have you been hiding this all this time?
You never asked.
Fair point.
Argee's
I do have to.
loving this.
Yeah.
like bog face in the background, like, oh fuck yes,
Yeah.
someone's sassing him back. That's great. Showing up in his own fucking game.
Yeah.
I think as he does,
I think Xavier.
Go on.
Yeah, he'll say like, really though, with a bit more formal training, you could have a knack for this. Admittedly.
Well, considering I'm good enough to overpower a gag with this, I think I'm good enough.
I suppose baking and cooking are two rather very different disciplines. So.
I still think you should go sit your ass down, because I've got this, as you can see.
I'm gonna roll another con save, just because it's a... Oh wow, that was actually better. Jeez.
Look away. Do it again.
Second win from spite.
Yeah, definitely. Ask at this point, because he's been going for a while, and I mean, he's still going very stubbornly out of spite, but I'm curious, Launch, is the apparition
Mhm.
around right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has it been think it's been hanging around for a good chunk of this?
Oh yeah, honestly, probably has been if Archie could see the apparition, it'd be fucking gossiping with Archie and like, oh, someone's actually standing up to the bully. How interesting.
Sorry, the what?
Never thought I'd see the
Apparition?
day.
Of course.
Oh, actually, yeah, Albie, you don't know about the apparition, do you?
Don't worry about it.
Apparition.
Well, yeah, you
Okay.
don't need to worry about it, cause none of you can see it. Xavier's the only one who can see this thing.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I should actually give a little description of it for the audience, for those who might not know what's going on here. So, none of you see this, but Xavier, every so often, will kind of glance off into the open air, and what he sees is a young boy, maybe around 13 years of age at the oldest. He's got kind of short hair that like covers one of his eyes, and he's somewhat translucent, because kind of like a bluish glow around him. And notably, his bangs kind of cover one of his eyes, and if one were to look closely, they could see there's this sort of like dark, sort of shadowy fluid kind of leaking out the edge of it. Can't really see what's under there, but
Mm,
yeah. Mhm.
interesting.
It should also be noted that this apparition happens to bear a very striking resemblance to the young man that both Xavier and Archibald used to work for before he unfortunately passed away a few years ago.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And Xavier's been doing his best to kind of not look in the apparition's direction, especially with this many people around. But of course, this thing does have a tendency to speak to him at the most inconvenient times.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I should
Heckles him.
Yeah.
Can I have a bird roll an insight?
Please do.
Juby, my guy.
That's a
10.
10.
You're a dumbass. You don't know why this
Yeah.
is happening.
Yeah,
just
I
not
mean,
paying
Xavier's been
attention.
stressed, but like, yeah,
Mhm.
if you see, like, honestly, you might not even notice him glancing off to the side every now and then. But yeah, you can definitely, he seems like pretty tense, but you assume it's probably just because, you got a lot of stuff to get done
Mm-hmm.
between that and the pain and his back being in pain.
Yeah. Like, for fuck's sake. All right. Seriously, go. Sit down. There's, like, stools around here. Go, take a seat. You can shout orders from over there.
Archie is just snickering.
Like, Juvie probably has one of the spatulas and is, like, gesturing. Like, go. You...
I assure you, I'm doing quite fine.
You heard the head chef, and Archie will come over and place his chef hat on top of Juby.
Thank you. See, now I've got the hat. It makes me very important. Sit your ass down. I've seen you wincing.
Very important.
Mm-hmm. I've seen you wincing. You're not paying full attention. Clearly, yeah, your injury's still bugging you. And look, if we were in my sister's fucking bakery, for one, if it was me in your position, I'd get my ass kicked to the front. Now, you're still allowed in the kitchen, so you can do your whole shebang and be bossy as always. But go sit, rest. Otherwise, I'll go tell the girls that you haven't been resting or taking care of yourself.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that definitely
the
gets
apparition
him.
also does that.
Xavier, like, just resisting the urge to glare at the apparition in particular. And I definitely think the mention of, like, you're not paying attention definitely, like, kind of made him turn, like, just the tiniest bit pale, which is probably hard to notice considering the bright red skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he
Come
says, very well, I suppose I can go and clear my head for just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back shortly. And I think he's gonna go out of the room for a bit, with the apparition presumably following him. Cause
Oh yeah,
honestly,
Archie will see him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
I think he's
go clear your head.
Yeah. he's probably
the
going to go
second
to
he's
his
out of
room.
his eyesight. Sorry,
Yeah.
there you go.
Real quick, I just want to say he's probably going to go to his room and probably very quietly so nobody can hear him, like kind of probably start arguing with the apparition for a little bit, just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, quit distracting me. Something to that effect. But while he's off doing that, back in the kitchen.
Yeah, the second Xavier rounds the corner, Archie's barricading the door.
Juby will help him.
All right.
What do you roll for this?
I'm glad we're all in
Reed, you have to put
agreement on
something
this.
here. All of us together. No man out. You put like a salt shaker on the pile or something if you don't want to really help.
I'm gonna say
nope,
roll
we're all in
maybe
this.
athletics. I'm gonna say athletics. Just
Reed's
maybe
just
that
standing
makes
there
more
with a
sense.
pot in his arms, like
No,
we're
he can.
supposed to be.
Come on,
You've been,
it's a
you've been
crew.
doing.
We're all
You've been
together.
doing a great. He's been doing a great job. You keep doing what you're doing.
Hmm.
Fuck.
It's a
That's
mutiny.
that one from Juby.
No, that was.
That was from
Archie.
Archie.
Hangover
Have-
broken
have
something while he tried
Archie-
to bar the door.
Fucking have Archie roll with advantage.
no.
Juby will help him. Do that.
Okay.
Do that at advantage. We'll do the help action.
Thank you.
Alright,
Yeah.
we'll do it that way.
Thanks.
That was mean.
Do not want a crit fail.
Yeah.
That's better.
Much better.
Much better. Yeah. Yes, you push like a door or something, or maybe some heavy bags of flour or whatever you can. to spare
Probably
the
like
door.
wedges like the fucking
One of the
a
benches.
chair.
stand
Yeah,
mixer.
wedges a chair under the
Yeah.
handle.
Mhm.
Exactly.
All right. Now, unless he really decides he wants to break down the door and rebuild it in a day, I don't think he'll be back.
Good. Right, now let's get some proper work done.
Probably.
By the way, just because haven't properly introduced myself, Jubilee Yukon, absolutely pleased to make your acquaintance.
Archibald. Honestly, quite the pleasure's all mine. And a
Actually,
lifelong
Archie,
friendship was made that day.
I was gonna say have Archie roll history because Jubilee visits the manor every so often, and he's probably
Yeah.
if Archie hasn't met in person, he's probably heard about him. So
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, Archie's... Whoa, what is your history stat? My body is surprisingly high.
oh, 16.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know who this guy is. He
Yeah,
comes in and causes
He's my,
chaos for Xavier.
he's my new best friend.
exactly. Yeah, specifically, so the girls invite him over to, like, sometimes hang out or do music lessons, like they like to do little jam sessions together. But this bird is a little bit infamous around the manor because every time he comes here, he will attempt to steal something and either try to take it out with him or relocate it to a different part of the manor, and it has caused Xavier like just no end of annoyance.
Mhm.
Oh, so nice to put a face to the name.
Oh, you know of me, delightful.
Oh, really brings back nostalgia for the Ashby Manor days.
Do you mind telling stories while we work? I do like having
sure.
something on.
Oh, goodness, where to start? I mean, it's hard to find any good stories about Xavier if that's what you're fishing for. There was
I mean, unless he's embarrassing himself, not really.
I could go for any old
Unfortunately,
story, really.
that was the pinnacle of perfection back at the Ashby Manor.
Ugh.
I hate to say he's fallen off his game, but if someone from even outside here can recognize he's a little bit more distracted than usual, then I suppose it goes without saying.
Well, give me a little bit of credit. I do live with some very nosy boys. Who
It's
are
alright.
ridiculous detectives. And have to keep up with them.
Listen, ever since Xavier called us back up, it's been odd. I ain't used to him being a tiefling. Not that it's bad, nothing, but surprised he kept it from us. Surprised that's all he kept it. And Archie will kind of take out one of his candy cigarettes and start munching on it. Yeah, I miss the real things.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So Noodle just rolled a 28. Noodle, what are you doing?
That's a deception. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried
Hey,
about it.
okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm not worried
that's
about it.
that's a deception. You can roll
okay, I'm not worried
insight.
about
If
it.
not, you can't.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat a 28.
Neither am I.
Fair.
We ain't detectives. We ain't
Fair.
going to test that.
Fair. For our audience, then, who do have the luxury of seeing what Juby has hidden from his two cohorts, of him reaching to fiddle with the cuff of his sleeve that's since been rolled up, which happens to lead to his hammer space, but does not pull anything from it, just slightly fidgets with it.
Interesting.
That's it.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Neat.
Then very quickly busies himself going back to making more flowers, so his hands are busy.
Me. I was gonna say, Juby at this point, because let's see, I think Xavier probably would have had enough time to cover the cake with a coat of icing, but he didn't have time to do any of the piping or that sort of thing. So if you want to try your hand at that, that's gonna be a sleight of hand.
Yeah. Thank God. I love getting to roll with this. I love this modifier. I love this modifier so fucking much. That's a
Very
35.
Yeah, Juby, this cake is gonna look fantastic.
Yeah, it is. As he fixes his sleeves, and gets back to work, listening to if Archibald keeps talking, and
Yeah, I'll
maybe
probably just
occasionally
feel.
piping up, trying to also asking how Reed's been doing because it's been a hot minute since they've seen Reed. But
Same
he
old,
just,
same old.
yeah, this bird gets to work with the kind of muscle memory that only comes from working in a very fast-paced kitchen that is high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I suppose it ain't surprising you both know each other.
He knows my little brother.
Ah, siblings. That's nice. How
We
young?
work at the cafe. Painted
Mhm.
Lady.
Is that in where's we at? Villestown?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I'll take the others and we'll stop by someday.
You should. It's a lot of
You
fun.
get
to
out
go
the
there.
manor.
If you
it,
see a red-headed
wacky Toon
dweeb with
stuff?
glasses, kind of hand wave. Not the most wacky. There's detective cases that happen, but not really around the Painted Lady. I don't think so much. More conversations if there's any plot, if anything.
Yeah. All right.
Leo always mentions avoiding the plot booth.
Yeah,
Reed
don't
says,
sit in the plot booth.
pausing to do air quotations.
Archie's just kind of like, what?
Plot booth. It's got a label on it. Just don't sit in that specific booth, unless you want some shit to happen.
All right, I'll have to probably drag Ferris away from it.
Yeah, it just consider it bad juju. It just don't go there. Something's gonna happen.
I've gotta learn. Seems like things are always happening in Nyquil.
Yeah.
Things weren't always happening in Albinoin anyways, but...
Yeah, where is that? I've just
Albinon?
curiosity. Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's further up north from here. Not connected to the continent of Nyquil or anything.
Yeah.
It's a real low magic place. So, it's been an adjustment for all of us, kind of getting used to all the wacky shenanigans, but then again, when you work where we used to work,
Going from low magic to magic around every corner must have been an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was an adjustment for me.
Oh, you're not from Nyquil either?
Nope. Not from around here.
Yeah. Good company.
My heart, I won't start any magical bullshit in here. Don't really
It's
understand it
alright.
myself either.
Seems to be the common through line, even for the people who use it.
Yeah,
Can use it?
well,
Don't understand Jack.
unless you start talking to wizards, and then they get into their
Typically, when you
nerd shit.
mix, typically when you mix magic with food, nothing good comes of it.
There are some very fun magical pastries, and oh my god, he actually does have something.
Oh.
He does get it, and does, in fact, with a flourish, produce from his back, a cheesecake that is kind of. You would think it's like different jams or compote that's been woven through, but there's just a little extra shine to it.
Mm.
He's like,
See, this whole
Mhm.
sleight of hand thing, it's been a bit of an adjustment.
that's hammer space. Sleight of hand is very different. Hammer space, incredibly useful.
Yeah,
Very good if you have my job, which is excellent to have someplace that's very hard for people to find shit on you.
yeah, we used to have some blokes who'd cough up some knives. That's what they'd use their hammer space for, and some weird movies.
Concerning.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna think about that.
Don't worry.
That's very
Not
matter of
bad.
factly.
Nothing
Yeah.
bad, nothing, just
Point is, you combine magic and food, you get some real good shit like this. Don't you dare talk bad about this. This is fun to make, for one. And secondly, well, I mean, you can sell it for a lot of gold. People will buy it.
Fair enough. And Reed like puts both hands up in the air, like, okay.
Mhm. Cheesecake is vanished again.
cheesecake. Your dream. Probably lay off that for the mistress's cake, just because
Yeah, no.
Archie used to be mighty particular with how he did his things, considering how Cyrus was.
Mm,
That's probably why he's so dedicated
uptight.
to making sure this one's alright.
Yeah. Well, I like to think I can do a half-decent job at the very least.
Hey, you're doing a great job! You got the mouth even assassin back.
Well, look, that's not hard. When I have the biggest ego in any room, let's be honest.
Where were you when we were working under Ashby?
Juby opens his mouth, looks like he's gonna say something, and promptly stops himself.
It's definitely just like an offhand comment. Archie does not like intend to follow that. He's just like, this guy's great. I love this guy.
Yeah, no, that was. I'm not even gonna have anybody roll. It's like that was having to stop himself from saying something that's the result of a bit that he has started at this point. He had to stop himself.
He had to fight against the gag.
He had an answer, but oh no, not the place. You can't
Not
say
the place,
that
not
here.
the time.
No, that's concerning. He's like, probably busy. Probably busy.
It's alright.
Sounds like it
Doubt
would've
you
been
would have
fun.
survived much in Inkwell. That
Hey.
leads to, I mean, not Inkwell, Albanoin. Yeah, solo magic most times. I don't know. Heard rumors about causing health issues for toons. I don't know.
I've lived most of my life with practically no magic whatsoever in me, so I think I would have been fine.
Well, it's not like I can really recommend it. It's not like it was a nice place. Maybe reconstruction efforts are going better after Big Fire, but
Ugh.
yeah, no. A few years back, there was a few years. What am I saying? A few years. A while ago, we had a main city.
It would have
big
been
old
about a
fire.
couple of years now, at least like maybe two
Oh,
and
was
a
it?
half at this point.
Okay.
I'd say about
Couple
2.5
years
at
ago,
this
then.
point. Yeah.
Ugh.
Big incident, big fire, big machine. I don't know. I don't know about that part.
Fun.
Yeah, we had to put down a hellhound.
A
Still
hellhound.
miss those things. Hey, long story.
Sounds like it. Again, just pardon my grolix, but what the fuck? Hello? That just sounds just a little fucked up, if I may. Just a bit.
I mean, kind of like gestures around. The bar here is kind of different.
Yeah, I can clearly see that. Note to self: don't go to Albinon. No, just don't.
No, not
Ugh.
worth it.
No.
Listen, me and the gang, we moved out long before Xavier called us.
Probably smart.
It's not like we could have afforded rent there.
Ugh. Isn't that the common misery of having to afford shit?
Yeah,
and I
no,
know
we.
it.
All three of them.
Collective misery.
Collective misery of three broke bitches. There needs the collective sigh, just the moment of like, ugh.
Unity, brotherhood.
The brotherhood of needing to pay rent.
Yeah. Nice to hear, though. Or at least from our place in a Toontown.
Ugh, Toontown's a mess. Oh, stars. That's chaos.
Why?
That is
Never
chaos.
been.
Little bit,
Never
little bit.
been.
We worked basically maintenance people for an apartment building. A lot of characters there.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly good fellas, but
I mean,
you know.
yeah, for the most part. But then you have to avoid falling pianos and anvils and just random shit going on all the time if you think that
Is that why Ferris came back with that anvil one day?
probably they just out of the sky for no good reason. That's why I am so glad I can fly up above all of it, because when I had to walk, no. Just
Reed is
no.
making a mental note to never visit Toontown. He's real kind. He can't afford to get smushed by a piano.
Like, it's either that or there's random pitfalls. It just, you never know what's going to happen. You have to be constantly on edge. No.
I guess it's real good though. It's just Ferris. Ferris can handle that, but I don't think me or Leon would really survive. Anvil can't really catch it that well.
Yeah. That's the one with the glass, right?
Yeah, Leo is resident maid. Ferris is our resident gardener.
Got it.
Maid.
So, if causing problems, funny things to drop on Ferris. Don't drop things. It's just, you can tell he's bullshitting because he's burning, but it's just like, okay.
I mean, Archie's kind of getting that, but also like, if you're gonna do it on anyone, yeah, Ferris would probably be the easiest for that. He's strong. He can catch it.
See, now that's a challenge. I've been challenged now. Okay. All right.
See, but here's the thing. If you do it,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of has to know it's going, because if he sees you, then he's gonna try and lob it back at you.
I'm very good at dodging things that are coming at me that are very fast. I have to dodge
I
soccer
need him to
balls
not
on the
lob it.
regular.
I need it
good.
to not be lobbed in the manner.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just drop things on him from the sky outside.
Don't ruin his garden. Kids
Fly
work too
by.
hard on it.
It's fine. I'll find something entertaining. You'll probably be warned ahead of time. I
try
like
not.
you lot. I won't warn Xavier if I'm causing problems, but you lot have been pretty good. And I can't, you know, with the maid, she also has glasses, and there's glasses.
Yeah, it's a 50% chance she wouldn't see you coming.
Oh,
Or she'd spot
no.
you. You wouldn't see you coming, or she'd spot you a mile away. Quite literally.
There, dot, dot, dot above his head, like. Terrifying, thank you.
Farsighted to a degree I ain't even seen before.
Okay. Interesting. Again, terrifying, thank you.
Shot. Makes her a good shot, but again, same with Ferris. If you do something like that, she's gotta know you're coming, otherwise she might try to just like finger guns.
Reed is gonna go back to cooking.
You know,
Just sitting here
I-
like, okay,
yeah.
okay.
I
Guns.
will
Cool.
send a paper airplane ahead of time, or just let the ladies of the house know. Not keen on getting shot out of the sky. That does not sound fun
Eh,
at all. Just at all. That's not fun. No, thank you.
you know, we're multi-purpose around here.
I can clearly see that.
House staff and personal guard.
Good.
You would think Reed would be used to listening to conversations between folks in Inkwell. He's not. There's just so much casual mentioning of just things that are extremely concerning without context, and he's just like, okay, this is happening.
This is just Archie's
is
job,
fine.
man.
These dumplings need shaping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you got real good hair for this.
Oh, thank you.
So you both work at that cafe?
Me? No.
I work there.
Ah. Surprised you didn't
So I've
volunteer.
spent a good few years training for food service chef stuff.
Hey, more on it than me. I've only got a few years under my belt, and it's under Mr. Broken Back over there.
Mm. How did he manage that anyway?
Yeah, for real. What happened?
Sorry, what was that? My headphones.
Oh,
Silly again.
how did he manage that anyway?
Manage what? Teaching me?
No, well, yes, that, but also the and Reed like makes an exaggerated like resting hand on back.
Hurting his back like an old man is what Reed say.
Yeah, it's mighty weird. He's been overworking himself, which I don't know how he did that. Considering he practically ran the whole manor by himself back in our old place.
Hmm.
He seems
Maybe it's
more
catching up
cagey
to
than
him.
usual. I know, that's what I've been saying. He's so happy when I suggest he checks him. Take a day off and do whatever it is old people do. I don't know. Something ain't been right ever since he sent for us. I don't really know what.
Hmm. If this was a video game, Jubilee will remember this.
Reed will remember this.
Archie is NPC.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, good to know.
It's always been. No, we've worked under him for however long we have, and barely know a damn thing about him.
If you wanted the exact amount, it would have been 3 years, probably about 3.5 before the fire happened and everything changed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird. That's just how he is. Prissy bloke who always likes to preen himself and seem like he's all above the others.
Mm-hmm.
I know the type.
Yeah. 3.5 years under that bastard. Don't know why I'm still back.
Well, someone has to keep his ego from getting overinflated. And
True enough.
I most certainly cannot be at the time, so someone else has to pick up the slack.
You're doing a good service, I must say.
Well, considering I couldn't stand working for him, you are most certainly a stronger person than I.
Takes adjustment period. He, as much of a bastard as he is, he did help all of us out in times we needed it.
Head tilt.
Archie is busy cutting carrots.
Can't just say that, man.
Can will. Grins.
Okay. So, for your ever so curious audience, what would it take to get you to open up about that?
It'd probably
What do
be
you
a
mean?
time when I'm not here, or when I'm not at the manor. Fortunately, he does a little spin with his knife and sticks in the board. I'm on the clock right now.
Tragic.
No time for what is it? This ain't a plot kitchen.
No plot in the kitchen? Oh, drat. And he snaps his fingers.
Hey, you'll have to catch me another time.
I know a few places around town. Might invite you out. It'll be on my tab. Cross my heart.
Oh, well. Definitely intrigued by that. Like, free drinks.
Free drinks.
Look, Juby might not actually be British, but he is getting a clue. He's like, oh, I know the key. I understand.
Maybe be willing to share my side of the story, but I ain't sharing what the others can't.
No,
That's for them to tell.
obviously. Everyone tells their own
Understandable.
story.
Yeah. Right, we better make sure this looks right.
Is
right,
that
otherwise
cream
he's gonna make a whole
bubbling
fucking
over?
thing.
What's going on with that over there?
I got it. Gonna scurry over there and take care of it.
Yeah.
That's probably a good enough cutting off part.
Yeah. What's going on with the
Scrambling.
cream? Just whoosh. You look away from boiling cream for 2 seconds and whoosh.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Milk is a right bastard when it comes to baking and cooking. It betrays you every time.
Every time.
It really does.
But yeah, perfect cutaway point.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think we can actually I hadn't I'm trying to decide how I want to do this because like Xavier eventually will attempt to come back into the kitchen.
Nope. Hey, it's all right here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think you hear like dun dun dun. Archibald, open the door.
Vive la revolution, bitch!
And
Judy, who has
Another-
since finished the cake and is
come
just
back in
hanging out.
5 minutes.
I think like you hear like footsteps walking away from the door and you think like, oh, I guess he gave up like pretty quickly. And then
Archie's just like
like
Fingers crossed.
He's
He's not gonna try to get the door down.
Reed's just
Yeah,
gonna
as
look
you
to
say,
whatever other entrance in the kitchen there is. Like, is there a window? Is there another door? Because he's just
Archie
looking over
is
there.
locking the other
goes
door.
outside.
Archie's locking the other
outside
door.
that, like, connects. I'm gonna say, God, what did you roll to like get there first? 'Cause I was gonna say that like a few minutes later he like comes in through like the outside door, having like because there's
Initiative.
probably like a window or something in the servants' quarters.
Contesting initiative rolls.
Sure, we can
Contesting
go with that.
strength. They both have their hand on the door.
Yeah, well, let's do initiative. Let's see.
Okay.
Everyone?
Whoever's trying to block the door.
Hell yeah.
Jimmy's just like, please, please.
Okay, that's a 19. That's what you guys have to beat.
Swashbuckler! Let's fucking go! Yeah!
So yeah,
Reed's just a passive observer. He's enjoying the chaos subtly.
I think it's like Archie hears the footsteps going away, takes the chair out from underneath that door, moves it to the other door. I mean, all the food's done, so he's just sitting there like cross-legged, pretending to smoke one of his candy cigs, just out of habit. Just
yeah,
like,
you
"Ah."
only hear like the door rattling. Honestly, even better that the crew that's out in the garden probably sees him trying to get in.
Hi, Mr. Xavier.
Is everything okay, Xavier? Yes, my lady. Just a bit of trouble with the locks. And he rattles the door again.
Who is it? Deliveries go around the other side.
Archibald, open the door, or I'm docking your pay for this week.
You know the pay docking threats. I can't really argue with that.
Right, so you open the door.
Open the door and be like,
Yeah.
you know, it just said 5 minutes. It was just 5
Can I-
minutes. We'll clean
Can I
things
do
up a
something
bit.
dumb?
Of course you can.
What would an improvised weapon roll be?
No, no!
Oh no!
That's just an unarmed strike, right?
Yeah, just unarmed strike, yeah.
No, that
Is it
misses.
10?
But I know it's very
Okay.
funny. A wooden spoon just yeeted at Xavier.
Or
Like a
kinda
throwing
goes like
knife.
wide-eyed at that, like, oh, I didn't agree to that.
Yeah, let me check one of his abilities, because he has something for that. Deflect missiles. The reflection to cast missiles. Okay, yeah, so he grabs the spoon in midair.
Candy stick
Boo.
falls out of Archie's mouth and he's just like, fuck.
Ruin my fun, why don't you?
Hey, listen, man. Don't be throwing utensils at
It's
Dave
a wooden
Barrett.
spoon.
Still, you don't know what he can do with that.
I'm not scared of him.
Reed, who has seen what he can do with butter knives, staying quiet.
Archie's working with him for several years.
Yeah. Xavier, who has probably at least at some point probably killed a man with a wooden spoon. It would not surprise me.
Goofy voice, I'm not scared.
I
Looks
killed
at the
a man
window.
with this thumb.
Okay, is that the professor out there? Anyway, I've got my stuff done. Bye! He is misty
gonna say,
stepping
just-
out the window.
I was gonna do a thing, but if you really want to.
Oh, no. If you're gonna do a thing, then go for it.
Missy
Okay, yeah,
steps
so I was
out the
gonna say-
window, then the thing happens.
Okay, now I was just gonna say that Xavier like sets the spoon back down on the like the countertop. It's like,
Mhm.
right then, well, if that's enough tomfoolery, we should really get back to. And he stops because he sees that the cake is finished.
Oh.
And, yeah, and that considering what Jubilee rolled earlier, it is very beautiful.
Mhm.
Definitely more than up to his usual standards. And just as a fun little thing, so there's like the big cake, which is like probably has at least a couple tiers to it to accommodate for everybody. And there's
Mhm.
also a much smaller cake, Angelique size, so she has her own little personal cake.
Mhm.
Aww.
Good.
I will ask, would Juby have like added maybe like a little something extra, like maybe written "Happy Birthday, Angelique" on there or something?
Oh, absolutely. Of
Yeah.
course he would have. Let's be honest. It's a birthday
Aw.
cake. Yeah.
Hey. So yeah, I think Xavier kind of like just quietly kind of like walks over, examining the cakes, and just sort of looks at Juby, actually like a little bit surprised. It's like, you did this.
Juby, who would have been at least preparing to dive out the window, just instead leans against it, doesn't cast the spell yet. It's fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, told you I knew what I was doing.
And he kind of thinks for a moment, and he says, I don't suppose you'd be looking for employment at the moment, would you?
Well,
Much as I would be... because much as I would be reluctant to let you in the house more often, this is quite impressive, and as I said earlier, with a bit more polish, would even be close to my standards, at the very least.
is that a genuine compliment?
As close as
Perhaps.
you ever gonna get from him.
Well,
Mhm.
tragically for one, already claimed by the Fae, and thus cannot accept employment anywhere else regarding my baking abilities. Second, now he teleports outside and is like, hey, Aurelia! You'll never believe what Xavier just said!
Aurelia, like, nearly falling over in surprise and, like, knocking the bouquet she's working on off the little table. She's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Good.
can't let them know he's nice to people!
He's not.
Absolutely.
He's not. He swears.
Yeah, with that, I think we can wrap things up. So yeah, so you guys did very, very well. Everybody got everything done in time for the party, and of course, all of you have been invited to the party along with quite a few of your other friends and family. And it is a very fun night. Everyone gets to dress up all fancy, but it's definitely a lot more like not nearly as stuffy as like any of these high society balls are. It's a lot more chill because like you all know each other and you're friends. You're not like trying to impress anybody.
No.
Thank God. Reed's
Yeah,
not
but you have
wearing
a
shoes.
very-
You can't make him.
That's fine.
Well, as long as he wiped his feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a great time. There's feasting, there's dancing. The girls love the cakes very much, and Angelique looks very, very happy. Especially because, like, I think this past month she's probably been a bit more on edge, considering what's coming up at the end of the month. But she has a very good evening that time. Especially because like this is the very first birthday she's ever had, and well, for a while she wasn't really sure if she'd make it like to a full year, and here she is,
Aw.
surrounded by all these friends that she's made.
Aww.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and I think we can close this off. I think, like, while everybody's celebrating something, Xavier's probably kind of standing off to the side, like, in case he's needed. Do you think the apparition have anything to say about all this?
No, honestly, probably suspiciously quiet.
Interesting.
I,
Interesting.
Noodle, am suspicious of this.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting that he would attempt to offer Juby a job, of all things, considering how
Okay,
little
that
staff
one
around here
that
is.
one he probably did make a comment over.
That is true, yeah.
You do enjoy picking up strays, don't you?
Perhaps, but in this case, well, I will need someone to replace me once I leave in a few months' time. And I think we can end it there.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that's where we'll end things off.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yay! And thank you guys so much for playing. This is a very fun little game.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay! Chaos.
Yay. Chaos.
Chaos.
All right, I am going to stop the recording for now, but thank you to everybody who is listening in the present and the future. We wish you all a very good time zone. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.